Hey everyone, day 2 Dryden, recording here again for Nikachu MTG. I'm here with my brother, we're here in round 3, and if you're looking to lava spike your next event, make sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and learn the ways of burn. So,
lava spike the punch bowl.
Spike the punch bowl.
That was kind of the joke you were going
kinda,
for.
Yeah, or
but
like
didn't
lava.
Get entirely there.
Well, no, it's kind of there. Like, you ever heard the term spike an event? Oh, we've got another guest on the channel.
There's news. They're opening an O Donuts on Taylor Avenue.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, okay, I'm done.
Okay. To those who don't know, because maybe you don't live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, there is a local donut shop that is now opening up a second location.
Man, what a bunch of sellouts.
I know. Well,
those franchising bastards.
This is my life. So, okay, back to the game. And this hand, our opponent's probably like, what's this jerk doing? Waiting a minute and a half. This hand's great. 3 lands, no turn 1 creature, but guess what? We got turn 2 Eidolon, and we have turn 2 Searing Blaze if they go like Birds of Paradise or something. This hand is great. Love this hand. I would marry this hand. And you know what else? We can even just play the Scalding Tarn, and we can wait to see what happens. We can just, we don't even have to use a Bolt on turn 1 if we don't want to. We probably
would that normally be the play? Is just turn 1?
Well, we want to spend our mana, right? But like maybe this bolt ends up being
because that's the only thing that you've got for 1.
Yeah, exactly. So like we could hypothetically just play the Scalding Tarn out, and then pass, right? Because we've got 2 sources of white mana here, right? So if we don't need the bolt, we can just fetch out a Sacred Foundry. You know, we don't have to use it, and then we could. Just untap and play the Eidolon or something. Like there's no, you know. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hold up interaction here, because I don't know what's going on. Like if they just tap out for something, then I'll probably bolt them. But we don't know what we're up against, right?
Sure enough.
Like this could be humans. Oh, okay. This is probably Death Shadow of some sort. So basically what this thing does is they sack it, they get to look at one of the 2 top cards of either library, and then at the beginning of the next turn, they draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Like in addition to the
That seems
card.
good.
Yeah. So...
What was that land that they've played? That non-basic?
It's a fetch land. It's a special edition version, so they get to fetch out a swamp or a mountain.
Ah.
So... if this is like an Inquisition kind of deck, then we absolutely want to get as many cards out of our hand as we can.
So bolt it is?
So we're going to bolt them, yeah. We're going to bolt them. Bolt them, bolt them, bolt them. And we are going to... we got more lands for the Searing Blaze, so no worries there. Lots of more lands for these Searing Blazes, so no worries there.
Yeah, you draw 1 more land in a row, and...
Yeah, that would be pretty unfortunate.
That would be unfortunate.
Now, it's very possible that this Eidolon is just going to eat a Lightning Bolt or a Fatal Push. So they are targeting... They're looking at... They are finding out what the top of their own library has. So they're going to find out what they're going to draw at their upkeep. And they're going to fetch it away. They didn't like the card. So there you go. Cool. So now they're drawing blind next turn. But the fact that they're fetching... means the Eidolon's probably gonna just die. Nope. Okay, cool. Awesome. It might die anyway.
Came into play tap, so they didn't pay the life for it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Now, yeah, they might just bolt or Fatal Push or Terminate. There's a million... Abrupt Decay. There's a million different
Terminate's
options.
red-black, right?
Yeah.
Destroy target creature?
Yeah. Can't be regenerated.
Right.
But they're gonna have to take at least 2. I like that. That's pretty good. So, yeah, we're just going to play out this Bloodstained Mire. What could they do? I guess they could use a Snapcaster Mage or something. But otherwise, they're going to have to use a removal spell on this. And even if they play a Snapcaster Mage, it's the same thing. Like, take 2 off of it and block. You know, it's the same thing as if they use a different spell. It's exactly what happens. Oh, this is so good! I didn't even think... Because I can Searing Blaze this in response. This is so good. I wasn't thinking this through. Okay, so they take 2.
Okay, for
Snapcaster,
the Eidolon effect.
Snapcaster resolves. Before blocks...
What does Snapcaster do?
Oh, okay.
Quickly, sorry.
That's okay. My brother doesn't know what Snapcaster does. So it's a 2/1 creature with flash. When it comes in, you get to target a spell, instant or sorcery in your graveyard.
Okay.
And you can cast it again.
Okay.
That turn.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes.
So you can, like, with 4 mana, you can go Bolt, Snapcaster, Bolt you again.
Right.
Okay. But what we're going to do is we are going to kill this Snapcaster Mage. We take 2 damage off of our Eidolon, unfortunately, but they take 3, and then they take another 2 from the Eidolon attacking.
And so he played the Snapcaster there with the intention to block and trade?
Exactly.
Oh. Did he even get any value off of its ability with the...
No, which is why...
Man!
Which is why I was totally okay
Yeah.
with that happening. And then I realized, oh wait, I've got this...
I assumed that Snapcaster was like a bounce target attacking creature thing, considering when he played it.
No, that's Mana War, like a Mana War effect. Okay, so Grixis. They playing Death Shadows? If you're playing Death Shadows, got bad news for you. Okay, Gurmag Angler. Do you know what Delve does?
I do know what Delve does.
Okay, so this is a 5/5 for 1 mana. That's what just happened.
Yeah.
They're holding up 1 blue, which means that we want a second Sacred Foundry here. Which means the reason we want a second Sacred the reason we want a second Sacred Foundry is so that we can untap next turn. Oh no, because we've got this Sacred Foundry in our hand. I was gonna say so we can cast like a second Boros Charm or a Lightning Helix. So what we're actually gonna do is grab this Stomping Ground because that would be a worse land to draw. Yeah, we're gonna get that into play. Would you like P2 life? No. Okay, sorry. So ask your question.
Well, it's just right now if no reactions occur, then you can Boros and Skullcrack to victory, right?
That is correct. If one of them gets countered, however...
Which presumably will happen.
Yeah, what I'm expecting is a Stubborn Denial, but, I mean...
You do take 4 off of both, but... I mean, sorry, 2 off of each, equaling 4. But if they both resolve, then...
So I am pretty sure what we're just gonna do is we're gonna suspend a Rift Bolt.
Okay.
And we're gonna pass.
Because you can't counter a suspension? Can you counter it when it is being cast?
Correct. But I've basically got lethal in hand, and I've got an Eidolon on the board, so like I don't have to do anything right now.
Wouldn't it be better to? Well, he's untapped now, but he was at a low amount of mana before. Wouldn't it have been better to get a charm out when he only had the 1?
He still only has the 1. You know what I mean?
No, he's got 3 open mana right now.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about him countering a second spell when he's only got 1 white, when it was only got 1 blue up.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like if they wanted to play Watery Grave and pay 2 life for it,
it's just why wouldn't you have played the charm last turn? Or
because he could have countered it for 1 mana.
Okay.
Now if he counters it for 1 mana, I can still just untap and I still just kill him.
Okay.
Yeah, you got no attacks. You attack me, you're just dead. I'm pretty sure you know it. So this won't kill him if he just lets it resolve and the Boros Charm. So right, this is what we want, because if they counter this, they go to 5, and then we just have it. Yeah. So we'll just get this out of our hand. And yeah.
And so Rifts to the face for the victory?
That's what I'm going to try.
But he could counter the Rift.
He could.
Okay.
Or she.
Right. Well.
Trying to be inclusive.
Yeah, but let's be honest. I mean, there's a 90%.
The odds are low.
The odds are low. And when you say he or she, that just sounds bad. Well, yeah, you were right with the Stubborn Denial.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm very smart.
But you have an answer here with the Skullcrack to victory?
Correct. And I haven't even hit my
Hey!
Yep.
Hells yeah.
Because even if they countered it again somehow, I don't think there's a way to do it. they would have paid 2 life to do that with the Eidolon out, right? Like the Eidolon, if you're going to counter the spells, that's fine. I'm going to cast these into it, and you're going to take it.
Pikachu MTG playmats are finally here, featuring the iconic Bunny of Waves. We've also teamed up with Dragon's Lair to bring you Master Your Waves and Bunny Guide. Pick up yours today at inkgaming.com by following the link in the description.
So Grixis, let's check our handy dandy sideboard guide here at Nikachu Facebook. Also locatable on at Andrew Day2 Dryden. Sorry, at Day2 Dryden at Twitter. So I think I did an entry for this, didn't I?
This being Grixis?
Yeah, I definitely did for this Death Shadow. I don't know if this is Grixis Control or Grixis Death Shadow, but we probably want similar things. The Searing Blaze was good there against the Snapcaster Mage.
Yes.
But in general, meh. And the Lavamancer, meh. So yeah, these cards are just more effective. I mean, yeah. So take out Searing Blaze and Lavamancer. We're going to put in Path, Skullcrack, Rest in Peace, Relic.
So why are the paths more valuable? The enemies are more... There's the creatures that...
Because they're 5/5 creatures.
Right.
Which we can't kill easily.
That card, that 5/5 Delver, it's something that you've seen fairly commonly in these types of decks? Or
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful when we say Delver, because you could mean Delver of Secrets. But but I know what you meant.
Card with Delve.
Card with Delve. Did I miss something? Did I miscount? Oh, do I have to correct the sideboard guide? 5/6. Skullcrack, Rest in Peace, Relic, Path. What else did I put in here? Skullcrack, Rest in Peace, Relic. Oh, I put a Molten Rain in. Yeah, you could do Molten Rain. The problem is it's 3 mana sorcery speed. It's better, I think, just to hold up mana, kind of like it is with Jeskai. The difference is Jeskai's a bit slower. Grixis is a bit more dangerous, especially if they have Death Shadows, which I'm assuming this does.
Death Shadow was how you've titled the deck. What is Death Shadow?
Give me 1 second just to figure out the sideboarding here.
Sure.
Do I want this Molten Rain or not? No, I think we're good. I made this again. That's why we did this earlier, so we don't have to do any thinking now. It's a one mana creature. It's a 13/13.
Okay.
But it gets -1/-1 for your life total.
Okay.
So if you have a 13 or higher life total, it just enters and dies.
Right. Interesting.
But what happens is they go down to like maybe 7 or 8 life, and then they play this like 5/5 creature, and then they just control the board from there, and they just attack you with these 5/5s for 1 mana.
But it seems as though your deck, this direct damage burn, would be specifically designed to deal with those well.
It can be. There are times when they'll like just strip your hand of all the cards, or like in the first game they maybe do this. Because they know we're playing burn, they're going to be more cautious now. If that's what they're doing, this could be Grixis Control, but if it's Grixis Death Shadow, they're going to be more cautious. They're not just going to like, fetch and shock aggressively, like so they can play their own creatures. They're going to want us to do that work for them, and then we're going to have less cards in hand.
Oh.
And then they're going to turn the corner.
Because if you're not non-contingent on playing against burn, you would get this life total down yourself due to fetches and stuff. Yep. You would control your own life total.
Yeah, other ways to do it too.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the way they played there, it wasn't super aggressive. So my guess is this could be control, but I don't actually know yet. And either way, they're pretty similar in terms of how you sideboard. And that game was pretty straightforward in what the obvious plays were. We just kept making our land drops, and we just held up interaction.
Yeah, no, that was solid win.
But yeah, so like one of the in the last video series when I played against Death Shadow, like I played a Swift Spear at one point, and I didn't attack them. Like it was an empty board, and I'm just like, I think they were at 13 life, and I was like, nope, just pass turn. Like if you've got Death Shadow, like I'm not gonna let you play it. Like you're gonna have to do some work here. Like I'm gonna force you to do this, right? I'm just gonna hold up cards, and then you're gonna have to get down to, 7, 8, 6 maybe life, and then I'm just gonna kill you at instant speed.
This seems like a decent hand. Or no, 4 lands that is? Oh, no.
Well, see, 4 lands is a bit rough. But, again, with this, if it's Death Shadow, what you want to do is just keep making your land drops and just keep holding cards. And then you go like, spell, untap, spell, right?
Well, and this path would be valuable for any kind of big creature that he would have, right?
Absolutely.
So that's a good card to have.
Yep. At the same time, I still think this hand is not quite good enough to keep.
Okay.
It's not a horrible hand. Like, if this was a 6-card hand with one of these lands gone, I'd keep that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But as it is, I also don't like mulliganing against decks that have discard effects, right? Because you're sort of, like, helping them out a little bit with that.
But yeah, a guide or something instead of...
Yeah, exactly.
A guide instead of a land would be great.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Then that would almost definitely be a keep. But, but yeah, I think we mulligan this hand. I think we can do better.
Okay.
This is a better hand.
Yeah, this looks good.
This is a much better hand.
Yeah. Rest in Peace's effect is...
It's an enchantment. It stays in play, and anything that would go to the graveyard gets exiled instead.
Oh, and he's running Delve, so that's really good,
that's
right?
Exactly the idea.
Yeah, awesome.
It's better on the play because you can drop it second turn.
You want to get rid of that, right?
I'm not sure because again, like it's a 3rd land, and you want to hit your land drops, right? Like you want to be able to empty cards. I'm gonna keep this on. That's tough.
Yeah, but by the time that you draw, like, over 3 turns, you're probably going to get another land, right?
Yeah, well, maybe. But, yeah. Well, we're going to bottom that.
Okay.
We're going to bottom that. That's true. You could go either way. Like, again, like, it depends what's going on in this matchup, right? So they're going to Inquisition us here, or Thoughtseize. Inquisition. They get to look at our hand and choose a card, converted mana cost 3 or less. So this is one of the problems with Relic. If they have an issue with Relic, they're just going to take it right now.
So what are you anticipating? They'll take your Rest in Peace?
No, I'm thinking
they'll take a land.
I think they're going to take the Bolt. They can't take a land. Sorry.
Oh,
that's like 3 or less. That isn't a land.
Oh,
that would be way too good if it was a land. Was an option. I think it might be a tough choice. It's going to be either the Bolt or the Rest in Peace. I think.
He took the Bolt
because this is still a couple turns away, right? So they could hypothetically untap and like take this next turn, right?
True.
Like they know what's in their hand, and we don't. Well, it's good we put that other land on the bottom for just such an occasion. So see, this is what I said about you kind of just want to make your land drops and maybe just hold up your spells. I think if this is control, we want to get in. If it's Death Shadow, then we kind of don't. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I think we need to do something. And again, I'm not sure exactly what we're up against just yet.
So you've suspended a Bolt.
Suspended a Rift Bolt, yeah.
Right.
Like we
Rift
probably
Bolt.
can't do nothing. If it's Death Shadow, then I would have had no problem just holding the Rift Bolt in hand. If it's control, then we kind of want to get in while we can. So worst case scenario, using a Bolt in our hand isn't the worst when they're at 18. You know, it's not like we're putting them from 7 to 4, so their Death Shadow can just like kill us instantly.
Right.
Like we're kind of, it's still in the early turns. We're kind of feeling things out still. So
what would be a really good draw here?
Eidolon. Eidolon is probably the card I want to see most right now.
That makes sense.
Goblin Guide would also be okay. It's a pretty good draw.
Nice.
So they didn't take this Rest in Peace, which means to me either they don't care about it or they're planning on countering it right now.
Because you're assuming that they have a way to get rid of it from your hand?
Or they don't care about it. So for that reason, we're going to Goblin Guide. And we're going to see what happens here. Faithless Looting. Okay. They get to draw 2, then discard 2, and it has a flashback cost. Okay. So we're going to see if I end up being punished here. And they just play a Gurmag Angler or something. Because that is certainly an option.
The 5/5 with Delve?
Yeah, or they could play a Tassiger, or they could do something like that, because they'll have enough cards now.
Except are you planning as of right now to put the Rest in Peace out next turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what I said? Like there's so many counter spells they could have had that would have dealt with it. Like even a Stubborn Denial without the big creature in play to make it a hard counter would have done it. So they could also have a like a Spell Pierce. That would be another way to do this. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm not going to wait another turn. Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there we go. Now we don't have to worry about Tasigur or Death Shadow or Gurmag Anglers or anything. Do I suspend this Rift?
And they've still only got 2 mana out right now. That means that they've missed drops,
They missed a land drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is good for you.
It is.
Obviously.
I'm just debating now whether I want to suspend this Rift Bolt now.
Why would you not want to do that? Because you could just cast it outright?
No, because it's a sorcery, so I'd have to... yeah, I could just cast it next turn, but it's more that... like, again, if it's a Death Shadow, I kind of want to collect 3 or 4 spells in hand.
Because he wants to get to
they want to get to a lower
life themselves.
Yeah, especially now that this Rest in Peace resolved.
Yeah.
Because it means they're not going to put a Tasigur in play. They're not going to put a Gurmag Angler in play.
I'm not familiar with Tasigur.
It's a 4/5 with Delve.
Okay.
Same kind of... It's got an ability as well, but basically that's all you really need to know about it.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just going to deck thin here because we're not running Searing Blazes, so get this out of the deck. No. That's a bad draw.
Yes.
But yeah, because like I feel like the only real threat they could have that's going to come down anytime soon would be like a Death Shadow.
Can't do anything because all cards are exiled, right?
Yeah.
Haha.
That's a Naked Snapcaster is not something I'm worried about. Do you even attack? Yeah, okay, great. Then if I draw like a Goblin Guide, I attack with that, but man, maybe you got a removal spell or something. Yeah, just keep thinning our deck. Would you like to pay 2 life? No.
Goblin Guide. Haha.
Yeah.
Nice.
This I will cast because it can't. I can't just hold up mana and use it at instant speed. I don't really want to draw them lands, but you know, this way we can kind of figure out more about what's going on with their deck and stuff. Thought Scour. That's a bad card for you right now. It's basically a 1-mana cantrip. Sure. That Molten Rain I was talking about would actually look really good right now, as funny as that is.
Destroying the non-basic.
Yeah, and I discard a card. That's annoying. Yeah, I'm just going to discard this path. Like, I'm not worried about any of these things right now.
And you have others in the deck, right?
Yeah, 2 more copies. Yeah, I'm going to play the patient game here because I am not worried at the moment. Oh, wait, did he fetch? Sorry. Or he did. Goblin Guide reveals Thought Scour, then they fetched. So yeah, they actually didn't draw this. That's not in their hand. We don't know that.
It is somewhat unfortunate that you're basically top decking now, though. I mean, you're not in a bad position, but how many cards are in his hand?
4. Yeah, we're not drawing real well here. This looks more like Grixis control to me now. I mean, maybe not. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, okay. Well, it's a way for them to deal with the Rest in Peace, but whatever. They looked at the top of my card, my library, so they...
Is Helix good right now?
It's good that it's an instant speed spell I can just hold up. So I'm just going to suspend this Rift Bolt because like, I need to start doing something here, and I can just hold this up, but... They're going to need to spend almost their whole turn to destroy this Rest in Peace, and it's also going to kill their Snapcaster Mage. This thing has 2 counters on it. I'll give you the simple version. So they can pay 2 and sacrifice it to kill everything with 2 converted mana cost. So the Rest in Peace...
So the Rest in Peace dies, but the Mage also dies.
Correct. Which, again, isn't a big deal. Like, this thing is just beating us down a little bit, but I'm not really concerned about that. Sure. It also means, though, that if I draw an Eidolon, I'm going to not play it, which is kind of frustrating. Because then it'll also die to the Engineered Explosives.
Do you have any other 2-mana permanents?
I don't believe I do, no. That's a good card.
Yeah, Lightning Bolt is a good card to draw, so you can get them down to 5 just in your hand right now.
Yep.
And that's his turn gone, and the Mage also gone.
Yep.
As you anticipated.
They left up blue mana, so I'm not going to cast these spells into it yet. I don't need to. They've removed the only clock that they have on the board, so... Like, yeah, I'm okay just playing the long game here. This is fine. I don't want to draw... I don't want to draw any more lands in the next couple turns. Actually, I could have kept that in my hand.
That probably... I was going to say, it might have been better to keep that in your hand.
I should have kept that in my hand.
Make him sweat.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but... so
he's looking for Delve now. He must be.
He's tapped out of blue right now. That's the thing. If he was at 10, I'd consider doing it. Because then I could hit him down to 6, or hit him down to 4.
Yes.
And then potentially Boros Charm him for the win.
True.
But hitting him down to 5 and then having him maybe just play a Death Shadow and kill me, that doesn't sound...
yeah.
That doesn't sound like what I want to have happen.
Well, yeah.
Gurmag Angler went into the graveyard too. That was the top card of their library. Okay, well, we're not going to let you just take one of these, so I will cast them now. If you counter them, then you counter them. Big deal. I mean, there's nothing else I could do about it.
You can't discard if you got no cards in hand.
They let it resolve.
But now...
So maybe they just play a Death Shadow and kill me.
Maybe.
If that's true, then at least we know sort of what we're up against here.
But, you know, it's not as if there's some obvious you should have played differently move right now.
Not that I think of, but I mean, I could be wrong. That's why we record them and put them online. Have people tell me how bad I am and for what reasons. Oh, that's brutal. So they gain 2 and we lose 2. It's not that big of a deal, but I mean,
it's not a Death Shadow.
It's not a Death Shadow. So we want what would be good here? That's okay, because it means I can just do this on an empty board. But I was hoping for an Eidolon. An Eidolon, if I had to pick a creature, would have been a good draw, but that's okay too. They might have some removal spells in hand that they now get to use, but I mean, whatever.
If you drew a Boros Charm, you could potentially win. Do lethal.
Yep. Snapcaster, Collective Brutality. Okay. Yep, that's a thing. Or do you snap... Yeah. So, or you could Snapcaster Thought Scour. But... So... Yeah, so they're going to get to do... They're going to get to kill the Swift Spear, and they're going to get to gain 2 life. Which is unfortunate. Yeah. Discarded a Teamer Battle Rage. Okay, Teamer Battle Rage. So they're probably Death Shadow. That would have been good last turn.
That's still a pretty good top deck, isn't it?
It's pretty acceptable right now, though.
Okay. The Battle Rage, that's that target creature gains double strike until end of turn?
Yeah.
So you put that on the Death Shadow and you win the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Shadow then, yeah. which they have.
I mean, they could do with Gurmag Angler as well, but I don't think that's a thing.
It's only got 3 cards in hand. I mean, you have none. Oh, yep, that's a Gurmag.
Okay, so now. Okay, hold on a second. Well, we're not attacking, so if we play the Eidolon, we go to 7. We have to block the Snapcaster, and then they probably just kill us with a spell. So yeah, so that's what we do. So we're just gonna cast this, and we're gonna chump block the Gurmag Angler. And hopefully we can draw a little bit better, and they can draw horribly. Hopefully that's what happens. But
yeah, you're not totally out of the game, but
they might even just okay. That's helpful because they take they don't take 4 damage of it now. They take 2, but that gives us more live draws, I believe. I don't know what's in their hand, but okay. If they attack with both creatures, that's a bad sign. If they attack with just the Gurmag Angler, that's a good sign. I think they attack with both regardless, probably, but I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty unlikely that they have nothing when they have 3 cards in their hand. 2 cards in their hand, sorry. What's our time at? 10 minutes? Yeah, we're still doing okay. Yeah, so we're putting an Eidolon in front of the Gurmag Angler. Okay, that's a good sign. We can't cast any spells if we don't block, because we'll go to 2. So we are putting one of these in front of here.
But if they play a spell and you draw a Boros Charm,
this is true. That's a bad draw.
Oh, that's a bad draw. Oof. Well, hopefully they'll play a spell to make you discard it.
Yep. It's very possible. They could play Kolaghan's Command to kill this and draw, although if they do that, then we just die. Because, I mean... yeah, we have to do this again, unfortunately.
It's not good.
So they probably know we have nothing now, because if I didn't, I would cast a spell at them right now while they have to... oh, please do, like, anything. Yes. Oh, not that. That's bad. Yeah, that's...
Is that lethal on you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because it becomes a 10-10 with double strike and trample. Oh. Sorry, a 5-5 with double strike and trample.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, so that's toast. We are toast. Yeah, okay. All right, well, you know what? We didn't see any Death Shadows, so I think I'm going to play that game a little bit differently next time. I am going to bring this Molten Rain in. And, I'm going to take out the Skullcrack. Skullcrack's not amazing in this. They don't have life gain. Yeah, I think that's what we do here. Yep, I like it like that. Submit. Yes, we want to play first. Yeesh. 3 really good 1-drops, followed by 3 really good 2-drops. Against a deck with Inquisitions, I guess we're going to keep, but as usual with the 1-line hands, we really do want to see a second one. This Relic is a really good first turn play. It's nice. It kind of can just sit there and do some work. I don't have to commit anything to it. They've got cards to destroy it, but I mean, like, you know, if we draw another okay, they went to 6. But if we draw another land, then it's great. We can just hold it up and still do things. They went to 6, put a card on top. Well, no Goblin Guide for you, buddy. We kept 7. It's a 1-land hand. So we want to see a second one, but we've got 3 really good first turn plays. Or 1 mana plays, I should say.
This artifact, nice. I have not seen that before. Oh, you just drew a land? Nice.
Yeah. Basically, I can tap it to make a player exile a card from their graveyard. So once a turn I get to do that. Or I can pay 1 and sack it to have all the graveyards go away and I draw a card.
That was one of your sideboards.
It was, yeah.
And yeah, that's excellent that you drew the foothills.
Yeah, so we're just going to Lava Spike.
Why would you not do that?
Because getting this Eidolon down might be really good. I'm going to get this Eidolon down. They need to have an answer for it. And if I was on the draw, I might not, because they could go like 3rd land, kill your Relic, and kill your Eidolon with Kolaghan's Command. But because we're on the play, the best they could do is like a Braid or something like that, which isn't the worst, because they're either taking 2 damage to kill this, and then I just exile it, or they're taking 2 damage to kill this, and then I get to do stuff afterwards. So it's not... I mean, they could play a spell here. They could, like, Bolt or Fatal Push this Eidolon. But, I mean... It's not the worst. It's also just a really strong turn 2 play. Forces them to do stuff.
I missed it. Did you do anything turn 1?
Just the Relic. I just put put the artifact out. They're probably also debating whether they want to get a basic or a non-basic. I think these decks usually only run 1 basic swamp and 1 basic island. So, okay, and they're taking 2. So if they do anything here, they're taking 4 in total. Yeah, Bolt, sure, okay.
I love that artwork on Bolt.
It's awesome, yeah, the original Chris Rush art. Yeah, I love that too. So they could go a Braid here on the Relic. It's not the worst, but I mean...
You were right, they had to answer. How are they already down to 14? What's happening here?
Because they fetched and shocked, and now they fetched and shocked again and took 2 off that.
Okay, so this seems like a Death Shadow deck if he's just willing to go down to 12.
It's possible they just didn't see any of them, that is true.
But right now, how much do you have in your hand right now? 12?
Yes. 3, 6, 9. That's fine.
That's
even go up
excellent.
Oh, that's frustrating. So, yeah, they get to take a card out of our hand, and they gain 2 and we lose 2.
Yeah, that's no
This
good.
is a brutal... This is a backbreaking card for Burn. When this card came out, and it was like a 3 of in the main deck of a bunch of decks, it was like, how is... I can't even play this deck. Like, it's just brutal.
Nice.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think I want to just exile these graveyards right now.
To remove any potential...
Because what do they have in there? 4? They got 4, 5, 6. So Gurmag Angler is 7, I think, and Tasigur is 6. So if I do this right now, then it takes away any real possibility of that. Because if they untap and
either of those
fetch,
cards would be unfortunate for you right now.
Yeah, we can't beat any of those right now. So I think we just get rid of this right now. It's done enough work, and that's a pretty good draw.
That is a good draw. Nice.
So even if it doesn't live till next turn, we're still doing okay. But it's a permanent on the board. It's a repeatable source of damage. Again, I don't think they're playing Death Shadow because they went from 12 to 14 life there. Or if they do, they just don't have one right now. But I think they're not playing Death Shadow. I think this is Grixis control. I'm almost positive. Temur Battle Rage is still good on Tasigur and Gurmag Angler. Like, it just is.
Right, yeah.
You have another Collective Brutality?
Oh my god.
Yeah, great.
Probably sideboarded in 4 or something.
Collective Brutality, all 3 modes. If you have a creature in play, pro tip, it's always right to cast all 3 modes. You know what's in my hand, so no point in doing this.
And he's got 3 cards back in the graveyard.
Yeah. 4.
Soon to 4, yeah. 6 CMC Delver. Creature with Delve.
It's possible I should have cast a spell there, but I didn't want to. Oh, they only have 1 card in hand, actually.
That's good.
That is good.
With only 2 lands, the Delve is a real, but yeah. You're in a better position than last game at the same time last game.
We could draw 2 lands in a row and be super dead, so I'm not I'm not safe just yet. But same thing, we're against control. We're just gonna hold up mana and we are going to whittle away until they have to tap out or do something. That's the crazy thing about this. They can pay 1 mana for a delve creature and then 1 mana. Oh, this is pretty good actually. 1 mana counter spells like.
You just topped Rift Bolt?
I did.
So right now you've got lethal in your hand, including the Rift Bolt.
Correct.
But let's see him get 2 more collective brutalities.
Wouldn't surprise me. Or a Snapcaster. Snapcaster gets back
brutality or
the current brutality that's in the graveyard. Going to 8.
So a Shadow would be a 7/7 right now.
I don't think Shadow's gonna. I don't think Shadow's what we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a Gurmag Angler, possibly Tassiger, but yeah, Gurmag Angler.
Yeah, there's the Angler.
Even before this resolves, if they've got Stubborn Denial, we still can't pay it. So I'm not going to cast it into that.
He's only got 2 cards in hand. But so that's
not a creature.
5. Okay, so this looks good for you. I mean, it does. Not to be overly optimistic.
Well, we're at that point again, Rob. Do we just go for it? I think we don't.
Okay. Again, I'm here more to ask questions rather than to provide advice.
I think we wait and see what happens here. But we are absolutely going to be casting 2 spells at their end step. And then trying to cast a 3rd when we untap. They know about these helixes, they don't know about this bolt.
True. Yeah, he's not going to die here on the bolts. You're going to try it though, right?
I don't know. I can untap and just cast both of these.
Would
yeah, we're going to...
be better?
Yeah, we're going to try the bolt.
Yeah. Come on! Come on! Yeah!
Woo! Woo! There we go. Awesome. Man, they always have the Stubborn Denial, but today they didn't. Sweet.
Hooray!
Now, the reason I did that, I wasn't sure at first, because again, like, I thought, okay, untap, because even if they counter it or something like that, and have it, because they've got 2 blue up, right? Something, okay, they could have 2 counter spells. But even if they have 2 counter spells, then I could potentially draw another bolt or another 1 mana spell that I can cast in my draw step. Whereas if I don't cast the bolt there, and let's say I draw a bolt, then they can still get like 1 more turn out of it. You know what I mean? Because then I'm still only casting 2 spells. So, yeah, just trying to overload their counter spells, or lack thereof in this case. They did a good job holding up mana there. They made me have to go for it, and I wasn't for sure in my decision. But yeah, that's just how we did it. Nice. Grixis control is a lot easier than Grixis Death Shadow, in my opinion. Because they can turn the corner a little. It's harder to turn the corner, but you know, you get those instant speed interactions. So cool. Well, that was our game. Went a little long, but hey, that's control for you, and we got the win, so that's important. 3-0 now. Hope you enjoyed the match. This has been Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, and his brother, playing Burn in Modern.
Peace out, guys.